tense finish there down the stretch. How relieving is it to come away with the win?
Yes, really relieving. It was very, very tough physical game. We knew Adelaide, obviously, after the other night would bounce back and bring a lot more intensity, which they did. So credit to them. Thought they played a really tough, hard physical game against us, and really took us out of a lot of the stuff we were trying to do offensively, and just made it a real grind of a game. So, I think we lost a game similar to this at home against Southside not that long ago, and I think I'm really proud of our team tonight, just given the travel schedule that we've had the last 3 or 4 days. Coming off the back of that Adelaide-Perth road trip, there's probably some fatigue in our group. And as I said, Adelaide came in and were physical and tough, and we very easily, at multiple times in that game, could have probably just lost our minds and given the game away. But we didn't. We stayed tough. We were mentally resilient, and managed to execute our way out at the end and get some good looks that we wanted. So, I think that's a big improvement for us, and a really important, must-needed win.
Michaela, was it tough to keep discipline when they're being so physical?
Yeah, I think so. I think they did a really good job of pushing us out of our offense. And so we didn't really run anything on offense. So I'm surprised that we scored as many points as we did. But I think we did the same thing to them on defense. And I think that's where we wanted to be good was on defense, because we know that especially after the travel and stuff like that, we're not going to necessarily shoot the best that we ever have. So we just wanted to be solid defensively, and I think we did a pretty good job.
How was that fatigue out there? Did you feel it in the legs?
I think I don't know, at the beginning of the game, and it's also really hot today, really, really, really humid. That's why it was really nice. They had the floor wipers wiping up the floor quite a bit, gave us a little bit of breaks. But I think at the beginning of the game, I think everyone took a while to get going, but then once we were out there, adrenaline kicks in and everyone has all the energy they need.
Did you feel it was quite a scrappy game, and the heat play a factor in that?
Yeah, I think maybe the heat played a little bit of a factor in it, but I think it was scrappy. I think both teams just really wanted to win and play hard, and I don't know, I like it. It was probably ugly to watch, and I made jokes in the change room. It was probably bad for women's basketball because there was a lot of turnovers and a lot of just not good stuff, and so. But whatever, it is what it is. We won, so it's all good.
8 defensive rebounds from yourself. Did you notice anything out there that you were taking advantage of?
Well, they weren't boxing me out, which is really nice. So I was just swooping in and getting them. And then sometimes that you have nights like that where the ball just kind of bounces to you, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I didn't even do anything for this one.
In that first quarter, there was a great scoring run from them. Did it feel like at that point that maybe things could go really south and you had to really rally to get things back on track?
I think we just knew that we needed to just lock in defensively, and if we could get a few stops and then maybe run a little bit, then we would slowly chip our way back in the game, and I think we did that. So I think it was just about being poised and locking in defensively.
Shannon, they had an extraordinary number of turnovers. Was that something that you guys were really proactively trying to create, or was that just part and parcel of this scrappy game?
A bit of both. I mean, I felt like in Adelaide we did a really good job of the same thing, being able to pressure and push them out of things, and I thought tonight the defense was pretty good, and I just think that that bit of pressure, and we did a great job of I thought Steph and Sammy especially, and Alice did a really good job as well as guards of getting around screens and being able to trace and deflect passes they were trying to throw to Turner on the roll and that sort of thing. And I think that pressure and the fatigue and whatever for them as well probably plays a part, and they start making poor decisions, and we're able to capitalise. So I think defensively we're a lot better right now than we are offensively on the season, and to be honest, I'm okay with that. I think if we can defend and continue to do that, we put ourselves in a position to win every game. And once we finally figure things out offensively and it starts to click, I think we'll be one of the best teams in the league.
3 wins in a week. Is that an ideal start for you guys to knock off what is a hellish road trip with some wins?
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, I said to Sam, I said to the girls, I was worried about this game just given this when I saw the schedule. Playing this game, such a short turnaround from returning from Perth. I said to the girls we might lose by 40, but it's but we've got a tough team, so that's never going to happen. But it is tough, and I think the fatigue thing is real, and I'm just super proud of the girls to be able to come out tonight and compete their butts off, even when things weren't going well for us, to not quit and then find a way to be able to win. I think that's the sign of a great team.
Was that always the plan to rely on your big guns, or would you have liked to use the bench a bit more towards that?
Yeah, look, I mean, we would have probably, if I had that game over, we might rotate a bit more early and keep people a little bit fresher, but it's just one of those games where it's so back and forth. Alice probably played a lot of minutes. Wasn't probably having a normal Alice offensive game, but she did such a good job on defense, was drawing charges, was making things tough for Jocelyn Willoughby and then Izzy Ball-Ace, and we left her in there, and that was a decision I made just purely around that. I wanted to keep those guys quiet in the second half, and even though Alice probably wasn't having her best offensive night, she was awesome for us at that end. So, we just played the people down the stretch that I felt comfortable we're going to be able to get it done, and that largely was some of that was being able to put the right people on their best players to be able to keep them quiet.
Michaela, I'd love a bit of insight into you, coach. I imagine it's really tough to back up after this really physical week. What did he do so well this week to make sure you guys were ready and prepared and firing?
We had training yesterday. It was good. I didn't do well. He got mad at me. But I don't know. He just told he told us it wasn't going to be easy. Like, I don't think any of us came in thinking that it was going to be easy. He just made sure we were locked in and focused at training.
A well-earned break now. We've got 10 days until the next one. What's this next kind of period look like in rest and recovery?
We'll have tomorrow off. We'll practice Friday, and then we'll probably give the girls a couple days on the weekend off just to recharge, and then we'll get into it on Monday. I'm planning on going pretty hard next week. I think it's a good opportunity for us with a full week of practice before we have to travel again to fine-tune a few things that we may not have been doing quite as well so far. And then I think we hit the road and we've got another 3 really tough games. So, it doesn't get any easier for us. But I'm excited about the start we've had. And I think, as I said, if we can click a little bit better and execute a bit better offensively, I think we're going to be, up there in terms of competing to win the league.
In a similar vein to the last question to Michaela, is this the sort of game where as a coach you really sort of earn your money and getting the group up and about?
My focus was really around the girls, just understanding, I guess, the urgency and not being complacent given that we had played well on the road trip. I think sometimes you can fall in this a little bit of a trap, I suppose, and feel too comfortable, given that we did play Adelaide the other day and we did win by 23. My whole focus was really just keeping us on that high level in terms of competition and being ready to really play hard even though we're tired and be able to push through some of those barriers, and I think the girls did a good job of that.
Was this kind of a game where you had a bit of tough love required? It sounded like with some timeouts and stuff you had to put the hard word on?
Yeah, look, I think everyone was feeling it. I don't think we executed very well, and we allowed them to kind of sink their teeth into us too much. And, there was probably one timeout in it was 3/4 time, or it was in the late third quarter. I can't remember what it was. But, there was some choice words and things like that. But the girls know that I'm never going to do that just to tell them that they're no good. I'm trying to motivate them and trying to get them to understand what we need to correct in the game to be able to try and get over the line. And, as I said, I think it wasn't a pretty game, but we found a way in the end, and I'm really happy with that.
And Shannon, given that you have a very disruptive preseason, you've got a lot of new faces, has the start probably even exceeded maybe your expectations? No. We expect to win here. We have an expectation, the girls have an expectation. We're disappointed that we lost to Southside. So I'm not saying that I thought we'd be 5-0 or 6-0 or whatever right now, but we expect to compete really hard here in Townsville and be the team that plays the hardest in the league. And I think if you do that, you have a chance to win every game. And, I think it's always going to take time. We've got new key players coming in that, are trying to learn a different system that they've never played in before, with different players that they've never played in before, with a different coach they've never played for before. So it's always going to take a bit of time. And, for myself, I'll probably reflect on what we're doing and is it the best way to go about it? Do we need to make some adjustments to our style of play to suit these guys? And, we'll just keep working to get better. And it's been a lot of fun, though. I've been loving every day of practice. I wake up every morning and can't wait to get to training and to work with this team because everyone's really coachable and they just come in with the right mindset every day. And, I'm excited to see what the rest of the season brings.
Thanks,
Okay.
Kat.
Oh, that's not one for Cal. I know you guys are still training and stuff in the next 10 days, but what do you do to sort of take the pressure out of the gauge? How do you relax over the next 10 days? You got trips planned, activities?
I'm planning on going to Brisbane. I bought a house. I need to paint the walls. So
Congratulations.
I'm going to do that. That'll be really fun, really recharging. I just think I think we have a good like camaraderie off the floor too. I think we like to hang out with each other outside of basketball and I know Z and Woody like to go to the movies, hang out at the beach, things like that, just to get away, get a bit of a break and stuff like that, so.